Hey guys, we are the Screen Team. Glad you could join us here on KWOC, and I'm being joined by two of my favorite people in the whole wide world. We've got Doug and Stacey Anderson joining us for the show. Guys, thank you very much for doing this review. And
No problem.
we're doing a movie that's a remake, right?
Yeah.
Death Wish. And Death Wish was a movie that came out back in the day with Charles Bronson. Did you guys see that
Yeah.
movie?
Yes.
Were you guys
Yeah.
fans of it?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Charles Bronson's awesome.
Yeah.
Was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this new one in 2018 stars Bruce Willis, and it looks like it kind of has the same storyline. Is that true?
Pretty much so.
It's a revenge movie, right?
Basically, yeah.
They use the same names of the characters. In the original, Charles Bronson was an architect. Bruce Willis plays a doctor.
That's basically your only real difference, other than being modern times.
So do you buy Bruce Willis as a doctor?
Sure. I will
Yeah,
buy
why
what
not?
I will buy whatever Bruce Willis is selling. I don't care.
Why not? I mean, see, that's the thing now. In social media, there's been a lot of complaints so far. They should have found a character, or not a character, but an actor that wouldn't typically play this character. But I disagree. I think he fits the part perfect.
Sure.
I mean, look at Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
That's all he ever did.
Well, you only have to deal with like this stuffy doctor for so long, and then he goes into who he is.
Yeah, then he goes into complete tough guy mode after a while.
All right. So explain something to me. So in the movie, his family gets attacked somehow, correct?
Yeah,
Home
there
invasion.
is it's a home invasion.
Okay.
And his wife is murdered. And his daughter's
Elizabeth Shue?
Yes.
Yeah,
My
I
girl?
know.
Yes.
Elizabeth Shue?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I cried. Oh God.
And there's a real funny part with her at the soccer field. Like it's hysterical, but or I thought it was.
It was funny.
And then his daughter's critically injured, and so he has to you kind of go through this part where he's sort of having a hard time with this, like they won't let him come back to work yet, and he doesn't want to stay at home because that's where it happened, and
Sure.
there's just some
he
things.
was traumatized as a doctor.
And then he has to take his wife back home, and he has a conversation with his father-in-law, and that's where things start to turn around.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you: was Bruce Willis's character? Was he? I can't find the correct word to say it. The word that's in my head is a bad word, so I can't say it. So was he a fighter before all this happened, or was it something that he learned?
Well, you kind of have this. You kind of get a little bit of insight at the time of this incident happening. He wasn't. He was like soccer dad and like drove the carpool and was like the stuffy doctor. But his brother, who is Vincent
D'Onofrio?
yeah, which that was a whole other kind of storyline too. He kind of lets the cat out of the bag a little bit. They kind of drop. It's kind of an Easter egg, I guess.
Yeah,
Drops this little hint early on in the movie.
After there's the soccer field incident. Don't want to get too much into it, but
Sure.
there's an incident at the soccer field. Bruce Willis doesn't do anything. His brother is like, "Why didn't you drop that guy? The guy I knew back in the day was a scrapper."
Right.
That's what she's talking about. Kind of alluding to like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." So I think he has to re-tap into that guy.
Yeah.
But when he does,
Oh, my
oh
God.
man, I swear for like 2 seconds of a scene, John McClane was there. Like it was just, it was like 2 guns. It was just great.
Well,
I was like, oh, there's the boy.
So let me ask you guys. This movie plays as an action film. Is there a lot of great action in this film?
A lot of good action. I love the gore.
Oh
Eli Roth. Mwah.
So it's showing a lot of blood, and
I would tell you, if you know anything at all about Eli Roth,
I do. Yeah.
The very first gore you see, you're like, bravo.
Okay. Now I've got a question, Stacey. You're not into the gore. Did that bother you?
This did not. This
Okay.
wasn't like. This was what you would expect would happen when these things happened.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it wasn't like, nobody got their their
No, there
guts
was no,
ripped
like,
out or
guts
nothing
being
like
ripped
that.
out, but
Yeah.
it's things
But it
that
was
would happen.
It was very like, okay, if I was to meet my demise this way, this is probably the position I would be in when I got there.
So it's realistic.
Very realistic. Yeah.
But it was funny because there was a few times where it was like I was sitting here next to Doug, and then there was a couple in front of us, and when I would go like this, then that lady in front of me, she was doing the same thing, you know. But I mean, it wasn't. And then there was a few times, there was a few laughs in the theater. And then there was this one time when everybody in the whole crowd went, "Oh no!" And so it was kind of this deal. But
Yeah.
And see, I think there's a little more of an underlying message in the movie, as there was to the original. Is a man has the right to protect his family and his property at any cost.
Sure.
And I also see a hint of politicalness, for lack of a better term. in this.
There's a political message in the
I
film, you
think so.
Well-
With the current events that have been happening lately, with the guns, the debates, and all this kind of stuff, you're hearing the media, but via radio and whatnot, talking about the gun issues and stuff in this movie.
So does this movie give the other side of that?
I think it gives you both sides.
Okay.
It gives you the what would you do in this situation? Because it's easy to throw stones, either side. What would you do in this situation? And in this particular situation, he protects his family the only way he knows how, or the only way he figures out how.
Stacey, do you agree with Doug on that? Do you think there's some
I
political?
do, and I don't know that it's meant to be political because I'm sure this movie came out or was filmed a long time ago. I think it has an unfortunate timing.
Okay.
Based on when I got home
That's
from it,
great
I
timing.
got right on Twitter when I got home, and that was a mistake because there was people who were not talking very fondly of it because of some comments that supposedly Bruce Willis has made or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we're just not going to see this." But I think that's unfortunate that you're going to let something like that keep you from seeing a really good movie.
That's the thing. People, I think they take things way too serious. A movie is meant to be entertaining, for the most part. Especially a movie like this, it's all about the entertainment and the wow factor. I mean, it's Death Wish. It's
Yeah.
not critically acclaimed, and Glenn Close isn't in it, and all. You know what I'm saying? She's not riding across
That
the
would be a
desert
movie.
on a pony.
That would be a movie. So let me ask you guys: is this a movie that I don't know? 6 months from now, your eyes are like, "Hey, you guys are at Walmart, and you're like, Death Wish. We need to buy that." Is this a
Yeah.
movie?
10 copies.
Yeah, because we're going to need to watch it before we see the sequel.
Oh,
There will be a sequel.
Yeah, I don't know if there will be or not, but the way they left it at the end,
Yeah.
you kind of have to. I mean, you just you kind of have to have a sequel to it. If not, I'm going to be real
There were
disappointed.
like 7 or 10,000.
Yeah, there was about as many original Death
Yeah.
Wishes as there were Friday the 13th or Die Hards or something.
Yeah,
They
I
had,
think there might be like Death Wish 7 or something like that.
they were cranking them out there.
He'll still be making them if he were still alive.
That's
I
probably
guarantee
true.
he would.
Yeah.
Doug, Stacey, thank you guys so much for the
Thank
insight
you.
in the movie, and we appreciate you guys coming on.
You betcha.
All right, the movie's called Death Wish. Check it out. We got more reviews coming your way right here on the Screen Team.